Good evening, brothers and sisters. Here we go again. About to interview one of my brothers again. And this one right here is, he's close to me because when we was in the halfway house, he was my roommate. And I'm sitting here with Robert Roebuck, my roommate, Christian brother, and a person that's very positive and want to do things in his community as well as doing things with the youth. So we're gonna sit together tonight and just talk. Just talk about things that we done went through, talk about things that we want to do, things we done been through, things that he done been through in his life since he's been out. So welcome, my brother, Mr. Roebuck. Man, never in my wildest dreams, man, have I ever thought that, man, we'd be sitting here doing what we're doing right now. All that, we done been through in our lives, from prison to the halfway house and getting out and trying to get our life together, man. I got this question for you. When them folks told you to go to the council office to get that paper that says you're going to the halfway house, how did that make you feel?
Well, it didn't actually happen like that. I woke up in the middle of the night with the papers. So it was unexpected. And actually, I didn't know I was going to the halfway house until I got on the bus.
Okay.
But when I seen that package that said ATC with my name on it, yeah, it was a great feeling.
Yeah, I know the feeling, man. That's like, man, it was like, all the years of being denied parole and everything, then all of a sudden you get that one paper that says, okay, you've been granted parole. Man, that was so exhilarating to me because I never thought I'd ever get out. All the years that I've been down, I never thought I'd ever get out. But just tell them a little bit about yourself. All that why you was in prison. What all did you accomplish? I mean, did you just sit around, play basketball, and just accept the fact that you was locked up, or what did you do?
Well, from my first day, I met an older man, and he told me to view prison as a university, and that's what I did. Upon my arrival at Phillips State Prison, I immediately enrolled in the GED program, got my GED while I was also working in detail sanitation. So I was doing both of those things. And I knew once I got my GED, I wanted to do more. So I heard about the print shop. The print shop.
Print shop, okay.
And how they was backed up by the cab tech, on-the-job training, a degree. So I said, wow, I can get a degree while I'm in prison? I thought they had cut that out. So after I got my GED, first try, I went to the print shop. And I went to the cutting area. I learned bindery and all types of different skills.
Right.
And I got my degree in that.
Okay.
So I moved on up to pre-press operation, working with graphics.
In prison.
In prison. Doing all this in prison.
So you wasn't one of those that's wasted time, just letting time do you. You put forth the effort to just try to get skills. So when you did get out, you was able to have something under your belt.
Exactly.
Because you know how we see a lot of people in prison, they just waste time. They play basketball, cards, and I'm not saying nothing wrong with that, but in a sense, if you're not doing nothing, responsible in your life and everything, to try to, put together a plan for when you get out,
right, you're
gonna be lost. I see so many people, they get out and they don't know what to do. They don't know how to even go out looking for a job. We had lifers group in the places where matter of fact, I was vice chairman in the lifers group, and we taught them work skills. We taught them how to fill out an application, how to present themselves, to a job, at a job interview. These are things that people need to be learned because they don't know. They don't even know how to fill out. A lot of people I saw did not know how to fill out an application. So man, for us to go in there, and it was, to me, it was a help me, because I was able to help others. I don't regret. Matter of fact, I don't even regret coming to prison because I think I'm a better man. See, I chose to change. Just like you chose to change. You could just sit around, play backgammon and Scrabble and all that. But no, hey, you are a man of means. And as you continued on, what else did you do in there?
Well, I helped start the career center while you was on that level there. the career center, and I also worked in the literacy department. And I also found my gifting while I was in prison.
And what's your gift?
Being a motivational speaker.
Okay.
And I was the overseer over the literacy department. And I had a class, and the name of my class was Time is Money.
Okay.
So every student that came through there, they understood that concept. Okay. Time is money. Every thing we did was on a time limit. You know, learning words, learning math, everything was time, and you had to learn it in that particular time period because time is money.
So you use your time wisely.
Exactly.
So let's shoot up a little farther. Let's go to when you got to the halfway house, and you know, what was that experience like when just leaving prison, going to the halfway house?
Oh man, it was exciting because you know, in a few months you're gonna be out on them streets, looking for a job and socializing with people in the free world. So, we spent a little month in the jumpsuit. But I was excited because I knew that when my time came to go look for a job, I was going to find a job. It may not be the job I wanted, but I was going to find a job. And 1 week after I came out of the jumpsuit, I found a job working at Ted's Montana Grill.
Okay.
And it's been an awesome experience. Just socializing with people, but prison prepared me to be able to socialize with people.
You allowed yourself to be prepared.
Exactly.
You allowed yourself. A lot of people don't allow themselves. A lot of people, they prone to be loners, and not trying to grow, not trying to, discover new things about themselves. Because I look at my life. I discovered a lot of gifts that I never knew I had.
Right.
While I was sitting there. But if you stagnated, you watching TV and you're not, discovering you, trying to find out who you are, you'll never find it.
Yeah.
And I look at, when I was in there, man, it's sad how the young kids, the young people, I ain't gonna call them kids because, yeah, I'm gonna call them kids because that's how they were acting, they tend to get into gang activity. I guess they trying to find something to be a part of. But why not be a part of something that's positive? Something with, and that's one of the things with this organization, we want to instill in them leadership skills and like career skills. We can do a lot of things. And just to mention, Robert will be a part of this organization full force once we really get off the ground. We will be doing those kind of things like career skills, motivational speaking, life skills, all those kind of things that we can help children move ahead. It's not always about basketball, football, and things of that nature. People, we need to instill in our children and young people that they got a brain that they can use. They can do other things in life instead of just, hoping that they can make it in basketball and football. Because I'm a little over the, I ain't gonna say over the hill, but I'm trying to get to that hill. So I don't have the skills there to be a basketball player or football player. I'm gonna stand to the side. But I want to see our youth be something in life, do something in life, instead of just clinging on to a dream that might not never happen. But if they have something in their head where they can go to college or they can learn some skills, then there's a chance. So that's what we're doing. But once you came out, tell me some of the rough rides that you had, far as upon, let's just say, coming out of halfway house,
Well, I really didn't have a lot of rough rides because I had family support. And family support is very important because they're that safety net. So when I came out, I had a place to stay. I already had a job. And I guess one of the rough rides I had was finding a place to stay after I wanted to move out on my own. Because a lot of apartments denied me because of my background. So that was the main rough ride right there.
Don't use excuses. Just move forward. And I want to thank my brother for coming in and allowing us to do this interview because the young people need to hear our stories, things that we don't went through. Like I said, it ain't easy out here. but it ain't hard either. It's life is what you make it. So like I said, once again, I want to thank you. You're going to see a lot of my brother because we're going to put together some serious organizations and committees and groups, for the young people. That's what it's all about. We need dependable people to reach out and touch all that needs to be touched. We're God's deliverers, and we will be delivering not only God's word, but anything God allows to deliver. Life skills, sign languages, all kind of different groups that we can come up with to help ignite something in that mind that we have, to allow them to have that wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. So we want to thank you once again, my brother, for coming. Appreciate you. And we're signing off.